Hello. Welcome back to Akwa TV. Nitoika Emedio. Welcome back to our wonderful channel, and hopefully you've been learning a word or two or even sentences in Ibibio, because that is what we are all about. So today we are going to be learning figure of speech. That's what we are going to be learning today. And in English there is noun, pronoun, adjective, and all others. So today we are going to be learning what is figure of speech in Ibibio. And figure of speech in Ibibio is me ndido usem. Usem is speech, language, is used interchangeably. So ndido is part. That is what we are going to be learning today. But we are going to be starting off with noun. So noun is the first one that we are going to be starting with. Stay tuned. Let's crack on with it. And noun in Ibibio is called Ikọanyịn. Ikọanyịn. If you think about it well, you'll see that Iko is called word. Anyang is name. And think about the meaning of noun in English. You will understand why it's called Ikọanyịn. So let's look at the definition of noun or Ikọanyịn in Ibibio. So Ikọanyịn ado anyang eno me mkpo itie unam ye awo. So Ikọanyịn ado anyang eno me mkpo itie unam me wo. So in English that means noun is a name of a person, animal, place, or thing. Literal definition. So that is the definition in Ibibio and also in English. Anyang eno woke, anyang eno owo itie mkpo yeme unam. And we are going to look at examples of anyang eno unam, anyang eno itie, anyang eno mewo, anyang eno memkpo, and we're going to use that in sentences. Okay, so I mentioned that we're going to use them in sentences, and I'm going to provide examples. So example in Ibibio is uwankpo. So if you hear someone say uwankpo, the person is saying an example. So now example uwankpo ki Ibibio ado. So an example in Ibibio is an example of anyangewo in Ibibio is ekemini, kinyabasi, andino, anyekeme, udeme, etieno, unwana. Those are examples of anyangewo. So those are examples of anyangewo. Okay, so now let's use that in a sentence. Kinyabasi asrodia adesi. Kinyabasi asrodia adesi. That means Kinyabasi is eating rice. Andino ado iswa ita. Andino ado iswa ita. That means Andino is 3 years old. Andino is 3 years old. Ekemini ibara kufok. Ekemini ibara ke ufok. That means Ekemini is not at home. So the examples are given. Andino ado iswa ita. Kinyabasi asrodi adesi. Ekemini ibara ke ufok. Those are examples of a noun. So a noun is what the names are what we use at the beginning of the sentence. Ekemini and Dino and Kinyabasi. Those are nouns. Those are Ikọanyịn, anyangewo. So those are examples of anyangewo in terms of Ikọanyịn noun. Examples of names of animals. So anyangonam is names of animals. So ekpu is rat, ekpe is lion, ewa is dog, iyak is fish, nkpufiofio is butterfly, and there are many other animals. So those are examples of anyangonam. Okay, so let's use them in sentences. Ekpu mmodoke idaresio. Ekpu mmodoke idaresio. That means there's a rat under the pot. There is a rat under the pot. Ekpu mmodoke idaresio. Iyarado ayanem kefere fang. Iyarado ayanem kefere fang. That means the fish will be sweet in afang soup. The fish will be sweet in afang soup. So you may hear someone say anim. Anim could be sweet, could be used as delicious as well. So if iyado ayanim gefere fang, that means the fish will be sweet or delicious in afang soup. Ekbe acid on kikot. Ekbe acid on kikot. That means lion lives in the bush. Lion lives in the bush. Ekbe acid on kikot. So those are some examples of menyang unam used in sentences. So the next one is anyang itie. Itie is place. So anyang itie is what we are going to be looking at. So we have examples and sentences. So examples are uwanpo are uforobasi, ufongwe, udwa. Uforobasi is church, ufongwe is school, udwa is market. So let's use that in sentence. Ufongwe ibara mfan. Ufongwe ibara mfan. That means there is no school today. There is no school today. Then let's look at uforobasi. Uforobasi awaksi bake uyo. Uforobasi awaksi bake uyo. That means there are many churches in Uyo. There are many churches in Uyo. Church is a place. So there are many churches in Uyo. Uforobasi awaksi bake uyo. So those are some examples of place. So the next Ikọanyịn that we are going to be looking at is anyang nkpo. So names of things. So examples of names of things are Ikwa, nkanika, nwed, esio, akebendise, akebutangiko, and there are many other ones. So in terms of, I've just mentioned them in Ibibio. So Ikwa is knife, esio is pot, nkanika is watch, akebendise is television, akebutangiko is radio. So that is the meaning of those words I mentioned. Okay, so let's use that in sentences. Code winfo. Code winfo. That means read your book. Code winfo. Read your book. Nkanika amia iba. Nkanika amia iba. That is the time is 2 o'clock. Nkanika amia iba. That is the time is 2 o'clock. So today we've been able to learn the meaning of noun and what noun is in Ibibio. So noun is Ikọanyịn, and we know that Ikọanyịn do anyang no me awo nkpo itie yemuna. So we know that now, and we've been able to make sentences with anyang itie, anyang awo, anyang po, anyang unam. Hopefully you've been able to learn a word or two or even sentences, and don't forget to keep learning and keep preserving the language. We'll see you next time. Thank you.